Hi guys, good to see you. I know I'm a month late arriving to 2025 on social media. A lot's happening. In short, let me catch you up with where all my book stuff is at as an author. Yes, book 3 and 4 for VC Willis's Dante's Ascension and the Trayvon family saga is on the editor's desk and should be coming up soon on her work list. And as soon as I know the release dates or pre-order dates for those books, you will be seeing me blast that everywhere online. As for which books I am working on right now has changed. I originally was going to do a batch of Honeycoming stuff, and that's sort of pivoted after talks with my publisher and my readers and feedback and looking over everything. The first major thing is that the fictional book that I will be working on is titled, and it's a Paranormal Billionaire RomCom. I know, crazy, right? Crazy blend. Is I accidentally reanimated the Billionaire's Hellhound. It is going to be saucy and funny, much like the vibes you get with the Honeycoming scripted collection, but it's going to have that loftiness of research of history and paranormal and creature vibes that you get from Cedric, sort of smashed together. I'm making them kiss. But it's a neat piece. I was playing around with the concept because someone insisted that there's no way to make an urban fantasy blend with a rom-com, and I may have written 20,000 words to prove a point, and then they were like impressed. And I know I pitched this onto Tapas for a bit and it was well received there. I pulled it down because I wanted to work on the concept a little more intimately, and here we are in 2025 and I've decided I'm going to finish this book. It's already at 55,000 words. I'm aiming for over 100,000 words for this piece. The idea for this series, unlike all the series I've done to date, is these are going to be a collection of standalone love stories in the same world. So there's no fear of which one to pick up, what order to read them. I want you guys to have books that I've written that have that nice, spicy, cryptid blend of what I do with that rom-com vibe in a book. You know, I don't have any standalones. The only completed series I have is the Tattooed Angels trilogy. Cedric is ongoing, and trust me, it's nowhere close to ending because I have so much planned for those characters. And I still have to write book 2 and 3 of the Honeycomings, The Carnal Throne, with Queen's Incubus being that starting piece. So I wanted to throw in standalone books that I can start pumping out between projects, or when I'm struggling with getting motivated, because these are formulaic. Sort of like your Hallmark. So it's going to have Hallmarky beats a little bit. But I think you guys are going to find it a refreshing vibe. Themes for this is lust before love. So chapter 1, you know both these people will take each other into the back room easily and have a good time. So, and 2 characters who are very confident. Not necessarily an intentional toxic relationship, but working out their problems properly. Well, it's complicated because magic is involved, lots of magic involved. And I kind of wanted to do a story that sort of nods back to my past with all the time I worked at an exotic veterinarian hospital for 3 years. That was my first job in high school, so it was really cool. But I will show more intimately about that. The other project that I'm working on it's a nonfiction, also under Valerie Willis, is the next installment for Writer's Bane. Writer's Bane, if you're not familiar, is my workbook, my books on things and how I do the things I do. First one was research, and that sort of breaks down that. Second one was formatting. So if you ever want to learn how to design books and typeset, I have dumped all of this in there. And it's a textbook. It's hefty, right? So the next one that the publisher would really love me to finish ASAP is Writing a Novel 101. I've taught this course a billion times at libraries, at conventions, and online and webinars in conjunction to people. I've coached authors 101 on a lot of this advice. I have published for over 10 years, over 10 years of teaching other people techniques of writing, how to break down your plot, how to foreshadow, how to start that draft, the difference between writing for fun and writing professionally, and those earlier things that you could be checking for or changing in your writing or looking or being aware of in your writing to sort of strengthen it to a professional level. And all of that stuff is going into this book. The materials I have written over 10 years worth, between workshops and stuff, is already roughing out to over 50,000 words. So it's going to be a big tome. What it is not, because I don't feel confident in teaching this, is it's not going to be a composition grammar book. There are books for that. There are doctorates for that. That's why I send my book to the editor after I'm done applying a lot of this information. But I've been highly requested to put this material in a book. Like I said, I have coached many authors recently on how to co-author, even though I don't have any published co-author pieces myself. Working on that too, everyone. I'm not going to share those just yet, but I'll start teasing those soon enough. But that's where I'm at. That's what books have been recently turned in, and the 2 books that I'm working on that I'm hoping to be at least revising by no later than May. So I'm excited, guys. I hope you are too. I'll tell you more about these books in a moment.